Greetings in the mighty name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Jah Rastafari. And I, Divine Mother Empress Melin. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be accepted in I sight, O Jah. Greetings, ones and ones. Yes, man. This word sound, yeah, like as usual, it's always about the knowing and information. So therefore, this word sound is in relation to abolition, slavery, what we term a house slave and a field slave. So, I, as usual, I articulate through the lens of Rastafari. Now, as usual, bear in mind, I thought process, when I write, so be patient. So here goes. Slavery was not abolished for the rights of black people. It was to destroy the South, stranglehold and slave labor. Thus the Civil War, April 12, 1861 to April 9, 1865. Emancipation, 1838 for Jamaica and 1834 overall for the Caribbean nations. The North's farce about fighting for abolition of slavery was only applied to activate the Industrial Revolution / mechanical productivity. The abolition era is about 1830 to 1870. The Haitian Revolution is 1791 to 1804. The Haitian Revolution scared the white world. They saw how easily they could lose everything, like how the French lost Haiti because of black unity. Thinkers like William Wilberforce set about the task of preventing such a potential reality. Same reason why Britain signed the 1739 treaty with the Maroons of Jamaica. Europeans fear the singularity force of a united black world moving in one accord. Slavery was the right moral argument to destroy the South's stranglehold on slave labor, hence the destruction of the South's economy, slavery, cotton, and tobacco. This was strictly about the implementation of the Industrial Revolution, rise of the machines, combined force of man and the operation of machine. They needed slave labor and manpower. This could not take root without utilizing the labor of the newly emancipated slaves. The abolition of slavery was about business, and likewise slavery was about business, their business. Now, what is slave breeding farms? Plantation for a specific purpose of breeding female slaves systematically. These baby factories were about slaves for reproduction for the increased profits. Simply no more purchasing of slaves, just to impregnate them. Just impregnate them from age 13 years onwards. Both white masters and male slaves participate in this practice. Women were more preferable to men within the breeding farm context because of their ability to have lots of children. Lots of children equal lots of money profits. Now, the slave breeding farm was a way how them go around the ending of the slave trade. So just for them we are slick out the thing and continue. Slavery. What is a house slave? The slave who works inside master's house and are granted the privilege of eating the leftovers from master's table also receive a master's use clothes. House slaves are mostly biracial mulattoes, but not exclusively. Pretty dark-skinned girls were also among the privileged house slaves. Likewise, biracial mulatto males and dark-skinned males were there to fulfill masters' and mistress needs, sexually or otherwise. Because of their close intimacy, these house slaves started adopting the mannerism and ethics and psychology of their master, becoming good mimics or black-skinned Europeans. Psychologists would call this learned behavior. This led to the delusion that they are separate and apart from field slaves. Excuse me. Their special privilege and intimacy leads them to be more inclined to protect master's interests and have no qualms in the betrayal of the field slave. Defending their masters is protecting their privileges. They hinge their survival on identifying with their masters on all levels, even rationalizing away masters' wickedness against themselves and field slaves alike. Psychologists would correlate their dissociative behavior to Stockholm Syndrome, meaning identifying with their oppressor. All of this is due to the indoctrination of fear. The house slave has evolved into the educative class. Education is a selective process designed to educate them to show allegiance to land they are domiciled to, aka Jamaica, America, etc., etc. It is to erase and disconnect Africa from their psyche. This is done to create black intellectuals, elitists like Colin Powell, Barack Obama, Clarence Thomas, Condoleezza Rice, and Thomas Sowell. Before them, there was the likes of A. Philip Randolph and W. B. Du Bois. Sidebar: Harry Belafonte told a story about A. Philip Randolph getting an invite to dine with the Roosevelts, Franklin and Eleanor. While he was there, the president allowed A. Philip Randolph to hear all his groans against the administration and what he would like from the president. When he had finished, the president replied, "I heard everything you said, and I have the platform to do as you said, but I have one request from you. I want you to make me do it." Now, this is a profound story coming from Harry Belafonte about A. Philip Randolph and President Roosevelt dissing Asa Philip Randolph. N.I.A. interpretation: in short, President Roosevelt is letting him know, A. Philip Randolph know, beyond your speech, you have no power to change nothing. Now, R.I.P. Harry Belafonte, March 1st, 1927 to April 25th, 2023. You never hide behind your insulated stardom. You had your boots to the ground. You are marking our story as a true activist, putting your life on the line and also using your money to help the struggle. Respect and salute Harry Belafonte, another Jamaican in the annals of the struggle of liberation. Hail up one this year as Dottie Boatman, Jack Dessalines, Queen Nanny, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and the countless other revolutionaries. Mr. Harry Belafonte, you will be greeted with the Ankh Nation African black love from the ancestors. Now back to the reasoning. These are the ones who has been elevated and accepted by mainstream America as American, as black Americans, trusted black skin Europeans, who have become the ultimate defender of the American system. The American system is white supremacy, white rule, white domination overall. These are the highly educated commentators you will hear and see on local news and cable news. Outlets like ABC, MSNBC, Fox, and CNN giving their expert opinions on black issues or whatever master requires. Some of their narratives on slavery goes as follows. Slavery is not a race issue. African enslaved African. Get over slavery. Stop using slavery as an excuse. I was born black and I made it in America. For their rationals, I give thanks they were not born into the era of slavery to experience the ordeal of the ancestors personally, for I know there would be no more rationals from them. Give thanks the ancestors endured, where we are now somewhat insulated, even though some of us through modern lens are trying to intellectualize away this ordeal to the point of making rationals to absolve and minimize European participation while blaming Africans solely for slavery. This kind of mindset will never forgive Africans about slavery, but will be the first to say, forget about slavery. It is the past. It is time to move on gladly, forgiving the white man, but not Africans. At least W.E.B. Du Bois woke up after being slapped into reality from the system of white supremacy, after being charged for communism and threat of imprisonment, chasing him right back to his roots in Accra, Ghana, Africa, where he died August 27, 1963. Hope you black-skinned Europeans woke up before your master turned on you and before death comes calling. They are also the ones connected to known think tank institutions like Hoover Institute and unpublicized one. They are strategic instruments placed for the purpose of how to deal with black issues, positively and negatively. They are the ones who attend Ivy League institutions where they go through the selective process of becoming black-skinned European American, trusted ones of the system. I mention these ones not for slander, but because they are public figures who are black-skinned Europeans representing the cause of mainstream America. They do not represent African American issues, though they pretend that they do. Such privileges are not exclusive to black Ivy Leaguers, but also religious, business, sports, and entertainers are also among the class of privileged black-skinned Europeans. These are examples of the evolution of the modern-day house slave. This sound again is not for slander. It is for ones and one to understand the full scope of what a house slave then and now represent. It is all about knowing, knowledge. These black-skinned Europeans are the ones who believe they cannot survive without the white man, hiding behind the ideology of one love, all-inclusiveness. They are the first hindrance to the collective struggle when you know you can fix. They are only indulging in parasitical relationships where the whites are the only benefactors. Everything the diaspora has garnered is from their own merits, starting from zero, always having to prove themselves over and over again. Most delude themselves in believing privilege and progress is power. True power is having your own God, land, and rights to decide your own destiny, collectively as one Rastafari and nation family. Rastafari is Caribbean African unity between the diaspora and continental Africans moving in one accord to solve the issues that affect us collectively. Our slave inherits the psychology and mannerism of the monarchs, wealthy elites of Europe, who inherits their mannerism from Greco-Romans, Moors, and they inherit from Egyptian. And they in turn inherit from Egyptian, taking on the moniker of black conservative elite, aka bourgeoisie or boule, are the black skin intellectuals striving to become proper black Europeans. Yes, ones and ones. That was just a synopsis giving insight into what is a house slave and the evolution of a house slave. So once again, I go seal upon this particular issue, house slave, which Rastafari is yours. None can take it. Jah Rastafari without apology. Sealer.